Hey guys, it's me. It's Queen Us at Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody else who may like it too. And if you have time, drop us a positive comment in the comment section. Okay guys, so the other day I saw something that I thought was genius and I had to tell you guys about it. Now you guys know that on some Sundays I come on and do a live discussion. And the live discussion is usually framed by a book that we're reading together. The first book was all about communication. This book is about Aquarius. It's called No More Frogs by Catherine Dahl. Now, this book is amazing, okay? First of all, Catherine has come to the discussions. So the author has actually come and sat and answered questions. So that has been amazing. And she's really a nice lady. So it's been really good to get to know her. Also, she's given some amazing tips in this book. So the other day, somebody came to me and told me that they had an Aquarius that they told they didn't want to be with, and the Aquarius keeps coming at them, keeps on trying to get them to come back to them or be with them, whatever the case is. And I remember when the person said it to me that Catherine talked about that in the book. So she gave ways to get rid of an Aquarius that you don't want checking for you. So I was like, oh, we got to talk about this on Ask an Aquarius, because usually we're talking about the Aquarius needing to get away from somebody. That's usually what it is. The Aquarius has ghosted someone, or the Aquarius doesn't want to be with someone, or somebody's trying to get the Aquarius to come back or to come forward. That's generally what we hear about. However, what about when you want the Aquarius to go away? What about when you're not checking for the Aquarius and the Aquarius is coming in your face? So Catherine gave us 6 ways I wanted to tell you guys about, and I wanted to talk about them because I think these ways are genius. And what I like the most about them is that they're non-confrontational ways. Sometimes when you want a person to go away, it's not easy. That's why people go so frequently, because sometimes it's not easy to go through the uncomfortable conversation. Sometimes it's not easy. Like, what do I say? How do I do this without hurting them or angering them? What do I do? And one of the things about Aquarius that I noticed from reading this is that Aquarius are easy to get to go away. All you have to do is things they don't like. Because if you do enough things that an Aquarius does not like, they're going to stop messing with you. They're going to stop calling you. They're going to stop coming around you. So instead of you having to have the uncomfortable conversation, or you've already had the conversation and the Aquarius is not getting the hint, these are 6 things you can do. I recommend doing them simultaneously. And this Aquarius will run from you, okay? So I love these. She called these foolproof exit measures. I love that. I love that terminology. So if you have an Aquarius and you want them to go away, here's how you get rid of them. Number 1, pretend to be jealous and ask him or her where they have been and with whom. Aquarius do not like jealous, kind of insecure energy. And when you start asking us where we've been, who were we with, those kind of questions, and Aquarius does not like that. So the first thing you want to do is start to say things like that and to pretend to be jealous, even though you're not really, you don't really care. But pretend to be jealous. Who is that? And do it all the time. Be annoying with it. You want them to go away. So you want to seem jealous and insecure, and you want to get on their nerves about it. So whenever a woman pops up or a guy pops up, who's that? Who is she? Who is he? Where you been? Where are you going? Who is that? You start asking all these questions, and the Aquarius is going to be like, oh no, this is not going to work, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, make a fuss about his or her mess and tell them to be tidier. Ooh. So we have a tendency to have things organized in a way that only we understand. So make a fuss about that. Tell him or her that it's messy, that it's not tidy. Just be fussy whenever you're in their car or in their space. And just be fussy about how they keep their things. And that's another thing Aquarius don't like. So you're nitpicking now, you're being kind of fussy, you're already acting jealous. The Aquarius is starting to slowly back away. Number 3, insist on talking about feelings and try to make them commit to the future. This is probably the scariest one. Like, oh my God. So you've just met the Aquarius, or you've been talking with the Aquarius. Try to get them to talk about their feelings. Try to get them to open up. Talk about wanting a commitment in a relationship and a title and getting married. Start talking about those kind of things. And your Aquarius, especially if they're not ready for those kind of things, are going to be really scared. If I met somebody and they started talking about these things immediately, I would be sitting there like, oh God, like trying to find ways to get away. The next one says, become rigid and conservative in your views. So Aquarius like open-minded people, and they like people that are flexible. Don't be those things. Be rigid, be conservative. If they're late or they don't do something on time, be very nitpicky about it, Be very rigid, be real conservative. Oh, a lady shouldn't do this, a gentleman shouldn't do that. Really come from like, and for many of you, this might be contrary to your normal behavior, but just think about what a conservative person would say, what a rigid person would do and say, and do those things. Because Aquarius don't like that. We like very flexible people. We like open-minded people, fun people. Be the exact opposite of that. And again, if you're doing all of these things, that's why she called them foolproof exit measures. Because if you're doing all of these things, your Aquarius is getting more and more distant by the second. Get angry and upset whenever they are late for anything. I talked about that with the rigid energy too. Yeah, if they're late, even like a minute, if they're supposed to call you at 8 o'clock and they text you at 8:01, well, you were supposed to have texted me a minute ago. How do you know I wasn't doing something? I mean, be very unreasonable about it. Something that normally would not bother you, harp on that, Time especially, if they're supposed to do something at a certain time or be somewhere at a certain time. And a lot of times in this day and age, most of the time what it really is somebody's supposed to text at a certain time or call at a certain time, and you really harp on that. Really harp when they don't hit it exactly on the head, And lastly, introduce routines to help them be more efficient. And I love these. So for that last one, what you're going to do is you're going to be like, oh, well, I think that maybe if you try a different routine and like starts, kind of like really criticizing the way that their routine is and telling them ways that you think they can fix their routine. Now, if you do these 6 things, and there probably are some other ones we could probably add to that list, but this is a really good list. So if you do those 6 things consistently to your Aquarius will stop liking you. And you won't have to worry about getting rid of the Aquarius, because the Aquarius will be like, oh snap, I got to get rid of this person. So it's the exact opposite. You don't have to have an argument with them. You don't have to talk to them about their behavior. You don't have to ask them to kiss the curb. You can just start being these things that the Aquarius doesn't like, and then the Aquarius will go away on their own. And I love how she said that, because to me, that's the easiest way to end a relationship with an Aquarius, is to make them not want to be around you anymore. And this really can work for any sun sign or for any person. If you can figure out what a person doesn't like and be and do those things, that's always going to be the easiest way, the most non-confrontational way of getting rid of them. But I like this particularly for an Aquarius, because Aquarius, in my opinion, are quicker to want to get away from situations that are annoying, irking, things like this. Things like this would be very irking to an Aquarius. And we're much quicker than many other sun signs to want to get away from things that irk us, that irritate us. So I would suggest that if you have an Aquarius that's on your heels, you try doing these 6 things every time they see you, and eventually that Aquarius will stop coming around. It's worth a shot, right? All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to get a reading done, please email me and I will give you an appointment. Also, all my information is underneath this video. And if you would like to become one of my patrons on Patreon, my Patreon information is underneath this video. We're going to have another live discussion on this book, probably January the 5th. So I'm going to put out another reminder about that the week of the 5th. And I hope to see you there. All right, guys. See you later.